All right, welcome back to Wolf Dog Empires. Today we're gonna go over the Soul Exchange. Okay, on the Soul Exchange here, we're not gonna bore you with all the details of every single one of these heroes for the 10 and 15. I will say, I would say Noto, Kiona, Noto, Ranveer, no, no, no. Those are my no's. And I think Raphael is definitely the best for the 10 5-star exchange. And he's a healer, he's blue. For the 15, here's a blue healer, obviously a better one. They're both slow, so they're excellent for the rush attack. And so is Senin rush attack. He's a slayer, which starts off at about slow speed, but then there's a slayer situation there where he can gain mana and HP. There's a percentage. So if you only have 10 to exchange, you cannot go 15 at all. And you want to exchange in this specific soul exchange instead of waiting for the next one, Raphael is the only one that's worth the 10 5-stars in my mind. I would say for the 15, you got the blue healer, you got Senin, the Slayer, you have Uda, and she's different from the other one. So Raphael for 10, he's good in the rush attack, and then the blue healer for 15, he's good for rush attack. Senin, he's good for rush attack if you have two other slayers, which I do. I have Cathal in blue, and I have Saorsi, and I know some people told me it's pronounced Sorse, but a lot of you guys know her as Saorsi. So since I have Cathal as a slayer, I would use Cathal in blue in rush attack. So for me personally, I would not go for a blue slow because I would use Cathal together with Sorce and Senin. Which means I would not go for Aura. So for 15, for 10, I would go Raphael. For 15, I would be thinking about either Senin or Aura. Aura, she is yellow, she is fast, she deals 450% damage to the target, she deals 500 extra damage if the target has boosted health. So there are a lot more boosted health healers out there than in the past. There's Heimdall who does boosted health. So as you get in, was it costume Melendor? When you get these boosted, so she's good on offense. So if you're going up against a defense who has one or two boosted health healers, then you bring in Aura, and once she's fast, so you could make sure you kind of hold her off until the boosted health goes onto the whole team, and then you can go out there and just choose who you want to snipe. So if you already have Senin, then you might consider Aura. But if you have up to 20 to exchange, in yellow, I would go with Director Zuri. But all of the 20 for exchange are really good heroes. The best one, Quinnell. She is She's number 2 green overall, and she is about 4th or 5th best hero in the game overall. So if you don't have any of these, I would go with Quinnell. If you don't have a lot of purple hitters, because who you choose, if you do have 20 to exchange and you want to exchange in this soul exchange, if you don't have a lot of purple hitters, the Onyx is awesome. I mean, when he starts doing the spelling buffs from all enemies, if you don't have Costume Guardian Panther, actually Guardian Panther, if you don't have Guardian Panther, and you have 20 to exchange, and you need purple hitters, Onyx is a good option. Director Zuri, she's a great healer. She runs average. She recovers 65% health for the ally with the lowest remaining HP, and all other allies recover 42% health. So 42% health is already standard for really good healers. And then on top of that, she's going to say, forget about 42. For whoever has the lowest health, we're going to do 65. So that's an added bonus right there. She does have really good stats there for attack and defense and health. So that's great. And then on top of all that, she summons a clown minion for each ally with 15% HP and 22% attack inherited from the caster. So that helps out on top of her already really good healing. And then just to close everything out, she also cleanses status ailments from all of your allies. So if somebody put defense and down on you, she'll cleanse it out. Somebody puts corrosive damage on you, she cleanses that out. Somebody's got some burn damage on you, she cleanses that out from all of your allies. So Director Zuri, if you were thinking Aouda because you need a yellow 5-star, but you have 20 instead of 15, I would actually go with Director Zuri. Quinnell, she's the best one here in the Soul Exchange, and 5th best hero in the game at this time. She would have been 4th, but Costume Guardian Panther is just amazing, which I have. I did get her, so I'm really happy. But I also do have Quinnell, so and I don't want to run double greens. If my alliance was running greens, then I probably would get another Quinnell. But we're not running greens. I don't see us running green tanks, so I wouldn't run double Quinnells. So I'm not gonna exchange 25 stars for a second Quinnell. And my Quinnell is already fully. She's at 85 plus 20, so she's already there. I would definitely not try to get a second Quinnell for an exchange for 25 stars. If I pull a second Quinnell, I would definitely level her up and limit break her, but would not give up 20 for a second Quinnell. But if you don't have Quinnell at all, she is definitely, by far, actually, the best hero in this soul exchange. By far. So if you don't have any of these and you do have 20 to exchange, Quinnell's the best one. Asterius, he runs average. He deals 360% damage to the target and nearby enemies, reduces the duration of the target and nearby enemies buffs by 1 turn, and the target and nearby enemies receive corrosive burn for 3 turns. The corrosive burn deals 101 burn damage and lowers the target's defense by minus 16% each turn, and that's for 3 turns. So he's pretty good, but I do. I mean, he's not as good as Quinnell though, and he's not as good as Director Zuri. So I would not get him. But if you already have Quinnell and Director Zuri, or if you need a 5-star red and you just have almost nothing else, uh, Astorius is somebody who you would definitely want to consider. And Morel, he's got some really good stats here. He runs mana speed fast. He deals 180% damage to all the enemies, and all the enemies get minus 34% defense for 3 turns. That's amazing there. If you put him on defense on the far left, if he goes off first, hits everyone for some damage, and puts minus 34% defense on all the enemies, and then you can start hitting with the other heroes, you can really do some big damage there. Also, he is from the Underwild family. A lot of the Underwilds, they're really good heroes. So their family bonus is not the best family bonus out there. Um, but for 2 heroes, or even for 1 hero, you get 20% chance to spawn an Underwild gem every time the Underwild hero sets off their special. If you have 2 Underwild heroes, then you get a 24% chance. So it's only a slight larger chance of getting that Underwild gem. I mean, it does help a little bit because sometimes the enemy kills you when they only have 20 or less hit points on them, but they still run their special and they hit you. And I have gone up against enemies where literally the Underwild gem hits them and kills them, and before they go off, literally the little Underwild gem, 50 damage, just literally kills them before they can unleash their potent special skill. So it does kind of help out a little bit, but when you have one gives you 20 already, a second Underwild just gives you just 4% more of getting that gem. I do have Holda in my alliance war defense, so if I add Morel there, it's just gonna give both of them a slightly higher chance of the Underwild gem. So that'll be good. But the the better thing is that he would give that minus 34% defense to everyone. And I do have costume Guardian Panther in my defense. She's fully maxed out now. And so when she goes off, she's going to benefit from the minus 34% defense that Morel puts out there. So to me, so if you don't have any of them and you have 25 stars to exchange and you want to exchange in this soul exchange, this is actually a really good soul exchange because Quinnell, number 5 overall hero in the game. This is summer 2022, number 5 hero in the game. So she's gonna break into everybody's. The only one that is better in green is El Nadaha. So if you have El Nadaha and you don't want 2 greens, then you may want to pick somebody else. But if you don't have El Nadaha and you don't have Quinnell, Quinnell's the best one in this soul exchange by far. And when I say by far, by a lot. These others don't even make it close to Quinnell. Who would I choose in yellow? I have too many purples. I have too many purples. I have Costume Guardian Panther, widely regarded as the best hero in the game right now. I have her at 85 plus 20, fully maxed out. So Onyx would not make the team. I do run 2 purples. So you think Onyx might be it? Nope. I have Holda. I use her as my tank. She's widely regarded as top 15, top 17 in the game right now. So Onyx would not even make it as my second purple. I do have Dio-chan I haven't leveled her up yet because I was working on Holda, and then I was working on Costume Guardian Panther when I got her. But Dio-Chan is also better than Onyx. So Onyx, even if I was running 3 purples, Onyx still wouldn't make my team. But if you don't have a lot of purples though, Onyx is is an option for you, but not for me. In yellow, I do have. I'm running Wolfgang right now, which a few months ago, maybe 5 6 months ago, he was considered the number 1 yellow, and so I'm running him right now with Quinnell. They're both from the wolf family, and that kind of gives them a better chance that they're great buffs. They have great buffs. That their great buffs will be undispellable. There's a higher percent chance that they're not going to be dispellable. So I run them together, and I do have Kullervo, who is regarded what number 7 through 10, somewhere around top 7, top 10 in the game right now. And I'm bringing Kullervo up right now. He's not fully leveled up yet, but he wouldn't be able to make the team until he's fully leveled up, or in the alliance wars where they kind of wipe out your buffs. In those alliance wars, I will definitely use Kullervo instead of Wolfgang, even if Kullervo wasn't completely emblemed up or limit broken. But um, Kullervo is considered what, top 7, top 10 around there. So and I have him, so Director Zuri would not make my number 1 yellow or my number 2 yellow. But if you need a yellow healer, Director Zuri is one of the best healers. Definitely the best yellow healer out there. Um, and she's great. Quinnell, awesome hero. I mean, she deals, and she's fast. She runs fast. She deals 20% damage to the target and nearby enemies. And then after 4 turns, the next time she goes off, unless it's dispelled, she goes off for 520% damage. So that's great. So that's Kullervo, not fully leveled up yet, but I'm working on him. There's Quinnell. I mean, I went with defense and health for her. And she could have been even higher on attack, but I decided to go with defense 933 and health 1663. So definitely, if you don't have Quinnell, get her. If I get Morel, he would replace Finley. Finley, if there's buffs out there, he hits every single one of them. So that's awesome. But if there is no buffs, he only hits 1. And he does put a great defensive down. Minus 56% defensive down for 3 turns, but only on 1. So he's great against the Titans. And I do have him in my defense, my Alliance War defensive team. But I would definitely pick Morel and replace Costume Finley. And I would definitely stop bringing up Cathal and just bring up Morel first. There's Luhi. Luhi or Luhai. She runs great with Costume Guardian Panther. So I am trying to bring her up to see if I can run her with Costume Guardian Panther and do some great damage. I'm bringing up Phileas Fogg. He's great against Titans, the Blue Titans. So trying to bring him up. Yeah, Kullervo for sure. Okay, so I'm gonna go with Morel. I already have Quinnell. That's the only one that I would choose over Morel. But Morel fits my team because if I can get Morel to hit all and minus 34% defense for 3 turns, and then I can go off with Custom Guardian Panther, who hits all pretty hard, and throws an additional defensive down against Dark. Then I can hit with another Dark, whether it's I have Conchu not leveled up yet, but I have him coming up. I have Orphania's not leveled up, but I have Luhai, which I am leveling up right now. She also hits all. So, and she's purple, so that she would benefit from, let me see, minus 34% from Morel, minus 34 plus minus 64. So that's minus 98% down. So by the time Luhi goes off, if she goes off third after them, she'll hit 250% damage to all with minus 98% defensive down. So that would be pretty devastating with those 3 going off. So right now I have Finley, and Costume Finley does an even better defensive down than Morel. But come on, if you're gonna be getting a minus 98% down for Luhai, it can't get much better than that anyhow. But Costume Finley puts a minus 56% down defensive down, but he only does it to 1 unless there's buffs. Then he can do it to 2 or to 3 or to 4 or to all 5. But that's relying on buffs, and if there are no buffs, he does go off fast. So when he goes off, there's probably no buffs yet, unless you're on offense, you can hold them. But maybe the second charge, then he can go off, and then maybe they'll have some buffs. But I mean, for Morel to just go off and give everybody defensive down, that's everybody. That's better than when you get Guardian Panther to go off. She'll hit 280 to all. And look at this. I mean, she's 280 at 921 attack. And then she'll drop in addition, and that's with a minus 34% down from Morel. So she'll do some big damage there. And if they don't die, then if I can send Luhai afterwards, she'll be benefiting from minus 98% defensive down by then, and that'll be pretty devastating. So I'm gonna go with Morel. So we're gonna go into Soul Exchange, select heroes. June 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Change for Morel. Get that famous screenshot. It's my first Soul Exchange, actual exchange for me ever. So get that screenshot going. Hit yes. Morel, welcome to the team. Like I said, only because I already have Quinnell. Because if you don't have El Nadaha and you don't have Quinnell, you want to go with Quinnell instead. I already have Quinnell, and Morel fits great because he goes great with my Custom Guardian Panther and Luhai that's coming up soon. So those 3 together are just devastating. They hit all. And until I get Kulero up and going, Wolfgang is in there giving boosted health, but also he hits all, so he'll benefit from Morel also. So I think Morel's a great choice for me. Thank you for joining us today. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't subscribed. Hit that like button. Leave us a comment. Let us know who you are going to exchange for, or who you did exchange for, or who would you have exchanged for if you had 10 or 15 or 20 to exchange for. Thank you much. Till next time, Wolf Dog Empires.